Hey guys, what is up? And welcome today to How Good is Venom? We're going to be looking at this absolute Goliath of a champion in Marvel Contest of Champions today. So Venom, I believe, is an absolute powerhouse and really good for Alliance War attack teams. Now that, we're no longer in this perfect block meta. And we're going to explain why, he's so good for this role. So let's go into and start off this video by looking at his abilities. So let's skip the signature ability for now. We're going to come back to that and look at my duped freestyle for that. So basically, once every 10 seconds when he's in combat, he also starts the fight with one of these buffs. He's going to gain 1 of 5 random buffs. Now, he can have a maximum of 5 of these at a time. So when you get 50 seconds, you're going to kind of reach the peak of Venom, and then he's just going to keep on getting rid of the first one that he did and applying a new one. And now 2 of these are pretty bad, so let's have a look. You have Durability, Rage, Shield, Cruelty, and Frenzy. Now, Durability and Shield are pretty bad. They're not very great. Rage and Cruelty are good, and Frenzy is ridiculously awesome. So what Frenzy does is give Venom 17% increased critical hit rate. Crazy. That's such a big chunk of crit. Cruelty and Rage give Cruelty gives increased critical damage by 47%. Again, really good. And Rage gives 9% increased attack, which is very good. And Durability and Shield. Durability gives 9% increased physical resistance. Not that good. Nobody really cares about that. And Shield 6% armor. It might as well not be in the game. So yeah, you kind of want to look out for the attack increase and also the yellow buffs, which simplify increased critical damage and also increase crit rate, because those are the ones that you kind of really want to hope that you get. Again, this is completely random and can't be controlled. But yeah, just so you know, his offensive ones are crazy, and his passive defense ones, they ain't so good. They ain't so good. So all attacks, he has a 7% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 34% of his attack as direct damage over 5 seconds. Now, this is really good for 2 reasons. The first is that the new Mastery Deep Wounds makes this even more powerful and makes him an even better offensive champion. And the second is his signature ability, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Now, looking at his special attacks, basically all his special attacks 1 and 2 have a chance to copy up to 1 beneficial effect from the enemy champion, but his special attack 3 has a 100% chance to copy up to 2 effects from an enemy champion. So this can be used to really take advantage of kind of champions like, for example, just kind of throwing ones out there, Doctor Strange, you've got Ultron, you've got Iron Man, you have Hulk when he's hit and gets that insane 100% damage increase buff. So there are a lot of champions that you can actually just, copy and steal their beneficial effects, which is crazy, makes this champion really good, and it's always something to think about when you're kind of looking at your matchups. Like, oh, this champion has a really powerful buff, but maybe if I get lucky, my Venom can steal that with his special attack 1 or 2 in a very short fight and make that fight, even quicker. So it's something to weigh up. I mean, in most fights, you're not really going to get to the special attack 3. But to be honest, when I'm playing Venom, I really enjoy using his special attack 2 because it hits really hard. So yeah, I'd suggest the majority of the time you probably want to go with special attack 2. However, if it's a short fight, special attack 1. If it's a really long fight and your opponent has some OP buffs, that's probably when you want to use your special 3. So yeah, bit of advice there. Anyway, let's go on to talk about his signature ability. So just kind of looking at his stats quickly, Venom has really good health, really good attack, so that makes him a really great champion. Also, he's really large in combat, which makes him really fun to play, especially because his animations are so kind of quick and agile. So let's go on to the duped Venom, which I think Venom becomes really awesome when he's duped. So basically, depending on obviously your dupe level, Venom's Bloodlust triggers whenever the opponent bleeds, increasing critical hit rate by 20% and his critical damage by an amount based on your dupe level for as long as the enemy continues to bleed. That is so powerful. So as long as the enemy is bleeding, you are going to get 20% more crit, and I believe it's up to like 140% more crit damage. I may be a little bit off on that, maybe 100 or 120%, but still, that is a lot of extra crit damage. Combined, you know, with, if you're lucky enough to get the increased critical hit chance, you are going to be critting like all of the time, and also dealing a crap ton of damage. So that's what makes, you know, Venom such an awesome champion, is if you can, you know, get a lucky bleed and also start off the fight with that increased crit chance buff, you are going to do insane damage right off the bat. And yeah, that's kind of what really strikes me as this champion for being such a great option for Alliance War offense, is that he has really good health, so, you know, he can take a few hits, and without perfect block team, you do need champions that are either really beefy and can take a lot of hits, or champions that kind of can, you know, regen a bit, like Wolverine is probably a pretty good option as well. And there isn't kind of much downside to having a bleed champion, especially with Venom. When he's duped, he becomes a really, really viable option. Synergy bonuses as well, quickly touch on them. Synergy bonuses with Spider-Man, Spider-Man Symbiote, and Electro. Very, very good synergy with Electro. And also pretty decent with Spider-Man as well. So yeah, pretty much everybody in the Spider-Man franchise, apart from Rhino, I think he synergizes with. So he's pretty good. Anyway, guys, that is it for my quick video on how good is Venom. I hope you learned a bit about the champion and how good he is, and how, well, you know, what kind of use you can stuff you can do with him. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that a lot. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. If you do have any suggestions of what champions you would like to see next on the How Good Is series, feel free to comment them below. I'm always open to suggestions, and this video was made in urgency because of all the suggestions I got on the last video. There were literally like 7 suggestions for Venom. Everyone was like, how good is Venom? And I was like, I gotta make a video on it pretty quickly. So yeah. You guys, thank you for commenting and leaving your suggestions. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.